You still can't do it.
What are you doing?
I practiced your British impression, and I can't do it now. I practiced your British going, you say something, boy, but I can't do it. That'll do. You say
just use that.
Well, I hope all of this is going to be included in the episode.
We've started. Welcome to the Science Fiction Rating System, the podcast that aims to rank every science fiction film from 1 to infinity. I still can't do it. Anyway, my name's Sam Draper, and I'm joined, as ever, by Chris Redding.
Hello.
And Alex Humphrey.
Hi there.
It's been a long day.
Yeah. What an opening.
Yes. So, we watched Westworld, and I'll hand over to Alex now.
Well, I'm kind of leading this one, so... so Westworld, 1973, directed by... Is it Michael Crichton?
Yeah,
Crichton.
Right, yes, good. Okay, written and directed by Michael Crichton. Obviously, very famous for the TV show ER, the film Twister, and something about dinosaurs.
Did he write Twister? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all science.
It's all science. Now, Westworld, Westworld, he was inspired to make Westworld when he went to Disneyland and he saw the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, which, as the Jurassic Park fans in the recording will know, there's a reference to that, isn't there, in Jurassic Park?
Yes.
Yeah. But anyway, so I thought I would do a quiz.
Oh, wow.
Based on Disneyland. So we can do a quiz.
Nice.
So I came up with the quiz first, then I read that he based the film on that, so then I was quite happy. So we've got a quiz. It's a true or false quiz.
I went to Disneyland 6 weeks ago, so prepare to go down.
You might have a kind of one-up on this. So we'll have a couple of questions from the quiz, and then we'll launch into the film. Is that okay?
Yeah, let's get warmed up. Brilliant.
Right, okay, warmed up with some quiz. So it's true or false. Chris, you can go first.
Okay.
So it's just true or false, okay? Disney World never closes. True or false?
So no, it's not Disneyland this quiz is about then?
Well, they're Disneyland, Disney World, they're all of them.
And we're talking about the Florida?
This is Disney World, and it never closes.
I think that's false.
I think it's false.
It is false, yes.
Is it closed for his birthday or something? Disney's birthday?
It's open 365 days a year. If there's a hurricane,
I was going to say the weather is
it also closed on 3 occasions: the Northridge earthquake in 1994, 9/11 for memorial, and for JFK as a memorial as well. So there you go. So you got that one right, Chris.
Thank you.
And I did.
Sam. Well, yeah, but it's just I just asked Chris. So.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was. Sorry.
No,
Thanks,
it's not open.
Well,
it's not just. It's not shouted out.
Cheers, Sam.
Okay. Okay, Sam. Here you go. You ready?
Yes.
There are around 200 feral cats that roam the park.
I'm going to say false as well. I think there's a lot more.
Well, it's true. There are around 200. Okay. It's according to the LA Times, mostly at night, and they help to get rid of the rodents. So there you go. They're not hired. They don't have a job. They're just feral cats. Cats.
Do they wear like Mickey Mouse ears and stuff?
Maybe they brand them up. That would be good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you see any cats when you were there, Chris?
We're talking about Anaheim now.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I had to clarify first.
Yeah, just clarify the location. Yeah.
Well, I think if they're in Florida, they get eaten by the crocodiles, wouldn't they?
Well, yeah, that isn't a question, but that could have been on there. So Michael Crichton said he didn't wish to make a directorial debut with a science fiction film, but he also said that's the only way I could get a studio to let me direct because people think I'm good at it. So it's from his idea, and it kind of starts off. It's quite a good opening, I thought, Westworld, because it starts off just with that kind of weird advert that kind of tells you about like the worlds and the lands. So for anyone who hasn't seen the film, it was set in 1983, and Delos is the place, and there are 3 themed worlds: the West World, which is the Old West; Medieval World, which is medieval Europe; and Roman World, which is Pompeii. What do we think of those 3 as locations? Is that what you'd have as a holiday destination?
Rome World looked fun, but I don't think the other 2 look like a place I'd want to be, really.
I'd have a Victorian world. Like
that's interesting.
But then you could get all the Dickensian stories and stuff in.
Jurassic
World. Yeah.
be a bit rubbish.
Jurassic Park could be the fourth part, couldn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's lots in this that you can kind of see. He's doing a lot of things in this, isn't he? That you kind of... They do spin off into Jurassic Park a bit.
The notion of control.
Yes. Yeah. Although...
Man's folly.
Yeah. Well, with this, though, I mean, you get quite early on, because they're in a hovercraft, the main characters, which are Peter, which is Richard Benjamin, who's the director of... Do you know what film he's the director of?
I do. It's the Dan Aykroyd one we watched, isn't it? My Stepmother Was an Alien. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And Money Pit.
Yeah, and Money Pit. And it's James Brolin as John. And it's kind of... I thought it was quite a good setup that you've got these two, one who's been there before and one who hasn't. And I quite liked how the whole beginning, you've got a lot of procedural stuff and a lot of like the kind of ins and outs, haven't you, of how it runs, how it works.
I think that's like the best bit of like 70s sci-fi, isn't it? Like Andromeda Strain had that, didn't it? That kind of nice... It just lets you live in the world like slowly, doesn't it? It doesn't rush you around. No one's talking all the time. There's like not much dialogue at all, is there, at the start after they have that little chat in the...
No, not really. It's all the back. It's all like the back. You see all the back room, don't you? And all the control panels and stuff. Did you like that, Chris? You're a procedural.
Yes,
procedural man.
I do like the procedural, and that's what I. Yeah, that's got a very like Disney World feel to it, hasn't it? That sort of how do you control a fake world?
Just going back slightly,
they did a lot in Jurassic World along them lines as well. Go on, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. You know the very start when they're doing the interview on the TV.
Yeah,
and he interviews all the people, and like they're all like kind of shitty, aren't they? And like rich and you know. And I love that. Like it establishes straight away the sort of people who are going to this park. Like sets a nice precedent for it, doesn't it? You know what you're in for.
It's a little bit like Willy Wonka. The Chocolate Factory, because they establish that they're all arseholes who go into the except for the main ones that we want to win.
Well, because it's $1,000 a day, isn't it? So, and they make that joke about how crap the hotel is, but they're paying for the kind of authenticity of it. But yeah, I think you are supposed to think these people I thought it was a bit like Hostel. In a weird way, you know, like where people pay to kind of do horrible, like to murder people and stuff. I thought it had that vibe to it. And also there's this zombie film called Resort, which is really good, where people pay to go and kill zombies, which people should watch because it's very good. Hopefully, maybe we'll do it on here one day. Anyway. But yeah, I think it's quite a good concept at the beginning where, James Brolin's really much like, oh, you're going to love it, it's great and all that. And the other guy can't really get into it. He feels stupid about putting on the clothes and he feels... It's all a bit stupid. He all feels a bit dumb, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And it's kind of only really when Yul Brynner turns up.
Just before that, when they do get changed, do you not think for $1,000 a day you get your own cubicle?
No.
They're trying to get add-ons in the gift shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe if you pay $2,000 you get a cubicle. Yeah. Well, you don't, because there's not that many. It's them two and that weird specky guy, the banker bloke, isn't it?
Yeah, but you don't want to be getting undressed in front of that specky dude, do you? If you pay all that money.
Not. Yeah, I guess not. Maybe. But anyway, and then Yul Brynner turns up, and it's that scene. It's quite like. Well, I read that he's pretty much. It's completely based on his character from Magnificent Seven. In fact, the costume is identical.
Yeah.
And according to the producer, he agreed to play the role for only $75,000 because he really needed the money.
Did he?
Which is it's interesting because I think he's quite good in it, and it's a very good performance.
He's brilliant. He's not in it much, is he? Though he's in a lot less than you think.
Well, yes. Well, I think that's the cleverness, is that he turns up, they have that weird confrontation, which I'm sure you can do another impression of. Maybe you've warmed up now.
No, pass.
No, okay. And he just kills him straight away, which I think is quite shocking. Because you haven't seen it before, have you, Chris?
No, I hadn't, and I haven't even seen the new one on Netflix.
No, me neither.
No, I don't.
No.
So I can't. Have you guys seen the two? Have you seen the newer one?
Yeah. I haven't seen the TV show. I don't know. I think, isn't it a prequel to this?
Well, they said that initially, but I don't think it is now. I think it's its own thing because it couldn't lead into this at all. It's very.
And also, I wonder, like, once it all goes wrong, you can't really have an ongoing TV show.
Well, the thing about the TV series, though, that the TV series is they said that it's on for 5 years, and the scope of it is basically humankind being replaced by robots.
Right.
So, at the end of the first series, the park fell apart, and now the second series, they're going between the parks, and they're getting out of, into the real world and stuff like that. So it's a much broader scope than the. It's good. It's worth watching.
Yeah.
What did you think of the whole kind of beginning setup without knowing kind of anything about it, Chris?
I thought it was great because it's kind of like Jurassic Park, and it's like these theme park type things. Is you actually get a sense of everything how it should be. Like I'd like a film where it's just Jurassic Park running normally.
Yeah.
Yes.
But unfortunately, that to most people that wouldn't be a good film. And this was, when things, you actually go, this is a really good idea. They should do this.
And you probably do get like 45 minutes of it being okay, don't you? Before it goes wrong. There's a lot of film.
Yeah.
And it's got it has got that lovely slow pace, hasn't it? Like you're not rushed through it. They're in that bar for like 10 minutes probably, in that Yul Brynner scene.
Yeah.
I love that about these older films we're watching them. That kind of, you can just relax into it, can't you? You're not hurried on by the theme and like the banging score and things like that. It's
So basically, all the same reasons you hate 2001.
Well, because at least they're talking, things going on here, isn't it? That's the difference. 2001, nothing's really going on.
We're not doing 2001 now.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But I think as well, it's quite clever because it's a science fiction film, and it is very obviously a science fiction film, and they don't lie about that. It's not like it's a Western film and then the twist is, they were robots. You can see, like you say, all that procedural stuff, but it is full of kind of the cliches of the Wild West. So you do almost get like two films in one. And in fact, when you add in the kind of, there's quite a lot of the medieval world, you're almost getting like a kind of medieval knights and kings and queens going on as well. It
feels really phoned in though, doesn't it, medieval world? Like the set looks like cheap as anything.
It's like Monty Python type.
Yeah.
No, the medieval one's not as good. No,
they paid $1,000 a day for that. You'd be like, what is this? Like, do this in my back garden. It's terrible.
Like made out of cardboard.
Do you want another question?
Do it.
Okay, well, Sam can go first this time. All the plants in Tomorrowland are edible.
Who's this, Sam?
Yeah, Sam's going to answer this one.
I'm going to say true.
It is true. You can eat them all. It's a themed island. It's meant to double as a farm where humanity makes the most of its resources.
Where is Tomorrow? Is Tomorrowland in Florida as well? I don't remember Tomorrowland at all. What is that?
No, it's a sequel to this, isn't it? Oh no, that's Future.
No,
that's Future World.
Yeah. It's in one of the parks.
No, it's in Florida, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I think I remember going there. Oh wait, it's really cool. You go through like this hydroponics like bay. It's very.
Oh,
cool.
Is it in Epcot?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I do remember it now, actually.
Brilliant.
Okay, this one's for you, Chris. Walt Disney is one of the singing busts on the Haunted Mansion ride. True or false?
True.
It's actually false. It's people think it's him. It's actually Fool Ravencroft, who is the voice of Tony the Tiger, and he sung the "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch" song. But it looks a lot like him. So people always think it's Walt Disney, but it's not Walt Disney.
So that's where Chris's recent experience went against him.
I didn't go in. I didn't do that ride.
Oh, okay. Back in Westworld, I think that the tide kind of comes. The tide turns a bit when they have sex with those robots, because that's basically when Peter starts to like it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's his kind of like.
I think that sex scene is like the least sexy sex scene in the history of film, isn't it?
It's horrible.
It's
when
awful.
she like stares up at the ceiling in her eyes, and there's all the guns and like the shooting and screaming outside, which you don't really know if that's other humans or.
And like they soft cut from like one frame to like about like half a second later, he just like moved slightly across the bed. Like what's going on there?
Yeah,
I think they were just covering something.
And also, he says, John says after that, "Boy, machines are the servant of man." It's a really horrible line.
Isn't it?
But I think that's the power of what this film is about more than Jurassic Park. It's about the kind of, just because we've created these robots, should we be allowed to do these things to them? Because basically you can have sex with any robot you want, you can kill any robot you want, you can't get harmed, they can't say no. It's a complete kind of human fantasy.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, that is a dilemma, isn't it? That should that be, is that okay or is that not okay?
But I think like it's not even like Westworld is tying its opinion to the mass straight away, isn't it? By saying no, it's not okay. Yeah. Like there's no one here doing like on just on a quest going to kill some bandits, are they? Everyone's like beating each other up, robbing things, killing people. It's very like clear about no, this is bad.
So in the TV show, do they make the robots sentient? Do they push that side of things? Do they or?
It's the TV show is extremely complicated, but in a nutshell, it's basically the same premise, pretty much identical. But like there's the idea that the robots are retaining, which I guess is in this as well, retaining what's been done to them. Yeah. So they got all these past memories, and everyone's like dreams and stuff like that. And also, one of the creators of the park has been like the park was taken over by like venture capitalists, and he's been like threading a narrative underneath it to try and get the robots to rise up.
Yeah.
It's very complicated. Okay. It's definitely worth watching. It's really, it's not brilliant, but it's interesting. It looks amazing. So
Truman Show as well.
Yeah, I thought the scenes behind the scenes in this, like they're queuing up the start of the day and things like that. That was very Truman Show, I thought, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, after this bit, I love that scene where the kind of truck comes in and the lighting rig, and they just start picking a horse up and they put it on that weird conveyor belt, and then they're fixing up. But it's really well done. It's kind of beautiful to look at, but it also does serve the plot, because at that point you are kind of getting hints that there are malfunctions and there's things going a bit wrong. And obviously, I mean, I'm sure, Chris, you could see... Well, you saw the trailer, you could see where it was going, couldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty much all spelled out. We knew it was just... but I thought it was very well... The step motion of things going awry, I think, was very well put over.
Because they kind of trick you, because Yul turns back up again, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And then they kill him again, but even quicker this time. They blow him out the window. So I think it's kind of tricks you into thinking, oh, machines are going wrong. Oh, Yul's back. But then he just gets blown out a window pretty unceremoniously.
Yeah.
Which is pretty funny. But there is a bit of a... Do you think... Because the sheriff arrests them at that point and says... But do you think that's a malfunction? Do you think he's not supposed to do that? Or is that part of the game? Or what do you think?
It's part of the game.
Because I wasn't sure if he wasn't supposed to arrest them, or it was more fun to burst out of the prison and be an outlaw.
Well, no, because when the maid turns down the bloke in Medieval World...
Yeah.
And straight away they know, like, oh, they're off message, don't they? So I think...
okay.
I think it was part of it.
Yeah.
Because that'd be a good quest to go on, wouldn't it? You get captured by the sheriff, you've got to blow your way out of there.
I just thought of a good land, Star Wars land.
Yeah.
It's
they
like,
build that.
Only because we're talking about that, and I went to the Secret Cinema, which was basically this, but Star Wars. And one of the paths you could go along was being locked up in this jail, and then you have to break people out and stuff. There was multiple routes. It was very, very cool.
That does sound cool.
Yes.
But it's also, it is. I mean, I guess I think you're right. It is the time. It is all planned, but it is definitely from this point they are now enjoying being horrible, aren't they? You're kind of. I don't know how much you're at this point. I was kind of starting not that I didn't root for them, but you are. It's very obvious at this point that both of them are like, right, we're just going to do whatever we want. When they're out with that snake, they're like, oh, should we just go back into town? Should we just kill people?
Do you want a bit of snake trivia?
Yeah.
That is a real snake, and it really bit him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had thick layers or something to protect him, but he just bit through him. just bit him in the arm.
So it really did go wrong.
Yeah. And also, it's kind of depressing, because when you see him shaking it off, it looks like the most fake rubber snake of all time.
Yeah, unless that bit was a rubber one, from that.
Yeah, it probably was, but they've obviously missed the great reaction of when it did bite him, and he really go, oh fuck, and ran off.
Yeah, and then he just collapses.
Yeah. Do you want another question?
Okay.
Who needs to go? Oh well, Chris can go. Right. Okay. Johnny Depp visits Adventureland in disguise as Captain Jack Sparrow. True or false?
Say that again, sorry.
Johnny Depp visits Adventureland in disguise as Captain Jack Sparrow. So he goes onto the park in disguise, and he's on the rides and stuff. On the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
Yeah, they've incorporated him into that ride. He's in.
But is he actually there? Is it him?
But whether he is there.
That's the thing.
You mean, has he been there once?
Yeah, he himself as a human being turns up in costume.
Yes.
It's false. Oh. He doesn't do that.
Why are you
He's too strung out for that.
Why are you making this shit up?
I'm not making it up. Yeah. I'm not making it up. He doesn't. It would be an insurance nightmare, Chris. Think about it.
No, but I mean, I was thinking of it along the lines of he, as Johnny Depp, just goes there.
In costume, stands on the ride, and waves to people.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
The man's a mess. He couldn't do that.
No.
Could he?
No, there is a robot of him now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, but there's not a real one.
They probably gains loads of money using his likeness on that ride.
Yeah, maybe it will gain sentience. And
do you remember when they went through that phase of trying to make films at every ride there? There's a Tomorrowland film, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the other ones. There's more, aren't there? Was there a Tower of Terror film?
No, that's not in Disneyland, I don't think, is it?
It is, isn't it?
I don't know.
There is a Tower of Terror film.
Is there?
Yeah. Sorry, anyway.
Anyway, do you want to answer your question now, Sam? Yeah. Cast members can't use one-finger gestures. True or false?
One finger? What, you mean like the middle finger or any one finger?
Any one-finger gesture.
Pointing to things.
Yes, like pointing.
Yeah, I'll say true.
It is, because it avoids offending certain cultures. Everyone in suit is required to communicate with an open palm or two fingers to point. There you go. How odd is that? There you go.
I was on like this, there's like a paddle steamer thing, and we got took up to like the, basically I drove the paddle steamer.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Little behind the scenes access. And actually, Walt Disney owned the paddle steamer personally and the train personally, and he got $1 back to himself for everyone that rides it.
Oh, sneaky Walt.
He's a right piece of shit, isn't he?
You can say that because he's dead and he can't sue us, I
Disney
guess.
company paid him. Yeah.
Jesus.
It's good having kickbacks on kickbacks.
Back in Westworld, it's 52 minutes in, I've written down, is when they upgrade Yul Brynner's head and they give him super sight and super hearing, and they don't really say why they're doing that, do they?
Well, also, this is after they've already said they're shutting the park down.
Yeah.
Like, they've already said there's a malfunction, don't let anybody else in, we've got to get everyone out, but we'll let them finish there, don't want to disturb them too much. So at that point, you think, all right, R&D, just shut down, wait, we can wait on the R&D, not go, let's go and upgrade our most, deadliest gunslinger.
Yeah.
After we shut the park down. This is where it lost me a bit, to be honest.
It's kind of,
really?
It doesn't make any logical sense, that.
No.
Because past this point, because basically at this point you go into medieval world and the Black Knight basically challenges that guy and he really brutally just cuts his stomach open. And this is kind of where you just descend into the chaos of everything's going mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
And in amongst that, Yul is basically like the proto-Terminator, just after Peter, because he kills John in the street. Which I thought was quite shocking. Did you think that was going to happen, Chris?
No. But I was kind of. I mean, what do you think about the effects in it? I
thought they're quite good.
Robot face type, the electronics and stuff. Whenever they show inside the.
I quite liked it. It's a bit Stepford Wives, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's that.
I like the bits in the operating room, all the capacitors and stuff like that. I think the effects at the very end less effective.
I guess it's the 70s, isn't it? So.
Yeah, I do like the idea that it's they've got these all these moving parts and little circuit boards and stuff inside them. Yeah, it's quite a nice, because in the new one they've all got this they're all going to be mesh and
iRobot type things, aren't they? But I mean, I like they're the old sort of automaton type things, like half clockwork, half that was quite cool. But
I mean, the way the robots are as well. They mentioned the hands. They haven't got the hands right.
Oh yeah,
but they barely show that. There's one little scene, isn't there, where you see the rivets on. It's on the knuckles, isn't it?
I never noticed it. I never saw it. Do you know what I mean?
And it just seems like they're setting up for something a lot more, don't they?
Yeah. And it makes no sense.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's like they've managed to do so much,
Just not the knuckles.
not the knuckles.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really weird.
Yeah, surely like the human eye is way more complicated than a hand or a knuckle.
Yeah.
It's a bit. Yeah, that is a bit odd. But I do think the credit to the film and Michael, old Mickey C, that it does just from this point just go pure action, and in fact there's very little dialogue even.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it is just this kind of relentless chase. Apart from when he bumps into that bloke who just yells. That man who's just like, you haven't got a chance, you haven't got a chance. Well, you could throw acid in his face and you could do the sound thing, but you haven't got a chance, you haven't got a chance, like that. And then he gets shot.
Also, not only that, the fact that like it's so deadly and he's there like changing his tyre, you'd just run off, wouldn't you? He's like...
Yeah, there's not a lot of urgency going on.
No. But I do think it is. I mean, this film is credited as both kind of influencing John Carpenter with Michael Myers in Halloween, and obviously Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah. But it's also. Did you know that it's the first use of digital imaging processing for the pixelated like robot point of view? Did you know that?
Oh wow!
It's the first time it was used. After the process was finally developed enough to produce satisfactory results, it took a mere 8 hours to produce each 10 seconds of footage in the gunslinger's pixelated POV. Crichton originally went to Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, but after learning that 2 minutes of animation would take 9 months and cost $200,000, he decided to go with someone cheaper. But it's funny, isn't it? Because that's such a cliche of these films that you just think, oh yeah, robot's point of view. It's odd to think that he invented that, or that this film invented that idea.
Yeah.
I thought it held up quite well as well. It looked quite cool, didn't it?
Yeah, it did, yeah.
Yeah. And then it goes to kind of when it was a bit odd that when he smashed it went to heat vision, when in fact the heat vision was more useful because the guns only work on cold things, not... So it's a bit odd that it smashed it to make it more useful, didn't it?
Well, because that's what they had... Didn't they say earlier on, that's what they've got anyway, and that's why the guns don't shoot people, because they know about the heat thing?
Yeah, the guns have got a sensor, which then
not the people.
Yeah, the guns only work on... Yeah.
I assume that his old vision was heat vision, and they'd upgraded him to that new blocky one. So when he knocks him, he goes back to his old vision.
I don't know.
But maybe not. It doesn't matter. That's what I thought was going.
It's like it knocks off a safety feature, so now he can see heat vision, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to justify rubbish, really.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they stop people with swords.
Yeah.
Because there's there's no sensor on a sword, is there?
Well, it could be like the holodeck.
Goes like all like wobbly.
Yeah.
You know, like...
I guess the holodeck episodes of Star Trek have got a lot to...
Yeah.
They play fast and loose with the rules, don't they, all the time?
Yeah.
You know.
No, I mean, they this film was a massive influence on a lot of them.
Yeah. And what did you both think of kind of like the whole, like the ending, the big kind of, it's just the big old chase, isn't it? It's a big old fight. And then there's that kind of quite like hardcore, I thought quite a kind of heavy ending of him just sitting there exhausted thinking about what had happened to him. What did you think of that? Did you think it worked?
It's a very 70s ending, isn't it? In tone, I think. Very of its time.
Yeah.
What did you think, Sam? Would you wanted more? Or did you want him to escape, or did you want it?
Well, in my memory of Westworld and being terrified of it as a kid, like it is basically this bit onwards. It's like the chase is all I remember. I don't really remember the bit before, and I even watching it now. I've seen it as an adult. I don't really remember much before Yulbrynner going crazy and chasing him. You know what I mean? Like that's a bit that sticks in my mind. Yeah. And like also the bit in the white corridors and running around. That went on for a lot longer in my brain than it does here, and I love it. I love all that, like the no talking, he just chasing and stuff like that. I don't like the very ending. I like the bit when they go into the medieval world and the batteries run out on the king and queen. It's such a haunting sort of scene. Yeah, but I don't like when he goes down into the dungeon and he gets the girl off the rack. Help me! She should strangle him. She should be a robot, and he should get her off, and she just reaches up and just strangles him, and he dies. I don't. What is the point of that? Like. Rescuing her and she's a robot. I don't get that.
Well, the original ending, he wanted the gunslinger to be torn apart on the rack because he liked the idea of a complex machine being destroyed by a simple machine. But when attempting it, it seemed stagey and foolish, so it got dropped. So maybe they're in that place, like that had to happen so that they could be there, so that he could be put on it. But yeah, I can't imagine how that would have worked. Like,
Logic goes out the window, I think, on this film quite a lot. And
yeah.
It's as soon as they want to shut the park down, isn't it? After that, the fact they get trapped in the airtight room, they turn the power off, turn it back on, all that business doesn't make much sense, does it, at all? Really, like this virus that's affected robots becomes like very convenient and can attack any sort of system at any when they need it to in a way.
Yeah,
which is a shame.
But I think it does that thing a lot of films do, where it kind of overloads you with it being quite realistic at the beginning to then pull a bit of a trick at the end to be very unrealistic. But because you've kind of gone, oh well, this is you kind of, to me it works. I think it worked. He re-edited it. It was a lot longer, the film. He took loads out basically.
It is very short, isn't it? Is it like an hour and a half? It's not.
Yeah. He explained in the novelisation. He explained how he re-edited the first cut of the movie because he was depressed by how long and boring it was. Scenes which were deleted were a bank robbery, a sales room sequence, opening the hovercraft, additional longer dialogue scenes, more scenes with robots attacking and killing guests. The gunslinger as well being on the rack and all that stuff. So there's a lot was cut out. And also in Yul Brynner's biography, he mentions that 10 minutes of adult material was cut because of the censors, but no details about that footage have ever appeared anywhere else. So he could have just been making that up, which is a bit odd. But I think he was right to cut it down. I think it's better because it's just short and punchy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I do think ultimately, his whole thing was that it was supposed to be an anti, fear technology. Like Chris says, it's one of those very of the time. Technology's evil. If we let it run away with it,
misunderstanding of I mean, that's kind of why it goes a little bit illogical, because we have a different relationship with technology to how people did in the 70s, right? So
yeah, but I think it works and works with that message. But I think what he missed was how enjoyable it is watching Yul Brynner chase that guy down. And that is kind of what Terminator is. Yeah, exactly. That's what a part of why Terminator works so well is because we were kind of on his side.
It reminds me of Jewel. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very yeah.
What do you say, Chris? Then
well, it's more like T2000 from Terminator 2, right?
Yeah,
T1000.
No, 1000. Sorry, you're right.
Yeah,
I get my T's wrong.
Get your T's right. Come on. Alex.
Yes.
One question for you about this film. Did you remember Yul Brynner having white blood?
No. Is that from? Is that because of Alien?
I don't know.
You can get mixed up with Ian Holm, aren't you?
I must be because both me and Lucy, when we sat down to watch this, had like vivid recollection of him having white blood, not red blood, when he gets shot. And I think it must just be Ian Holm. And my mind's getting confused with the two. And also in the new series, they have white like tissue in that. But, okay, let's put it to rest because we were just convinced that we'd seen a different version of it. Because
it wouldn't have been as realistic, would it? You'd complain if that was the.
Yeah, I'd want my money back.
That's true, I suppose. Yeah,
because that is quite good at the beginning because they're constantly questioning, oh, is that a human? Is that a robot? Is that a human? Like they don't really know, and that's why that bit at the end is a bit cheesy when she's not really real. Yeah, but that is kind of why that works because he is kind of in his head. He doesn't really know who is real and who isn't.
But also that's where it kind of breaks down as well because like you could do some without shooting someone, you could do some real damage to someone in there who's actually real, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's again, especially in the medieval world where you've got swords and.
I mean, you could like just go over them with a horse or something, or
yeah.
In
fact, James Brolin almost gets hit with a chair, doesn't he?
Yeah,
like behind a glass wall, which that's gonna make a mess of your face.
Yeah, that'd be funny. Like, oh, it's totally safe in here, and then someone like fucking
just brains him with a chair. Yeah. That little weedy sheriff guy.
Yeah.
Just turns. You don't see his fate, do you? He doesn't get killed, does he?
No, you see a few of them from the hovercraft.
Yeah,
don't you? But you don't really know what happened to him. It's odd. He's kind of a comedy relief, isn't he? A bit, but
yeah. Have either of you seen Future World?
No. Is it good?
I wouldn't say good. It's interesting because that's like about they've got like this is a spoiler if you've not seen it, but they're basically trying to clone the guests and make like fake versions of them and send them back into the world. It's quite an interesting sort of idea, but it's not a great film.
But it's set in the future or the same setting, same.
Yeah,
thing.
it's like they've like recovered from this disaster and they've got a new park, and yeah, it's like a bit in the future.
Okay.
I think it might be the same park actually. They call it Future World now, but Westworld's still in it, and no, Westworld's gone, but Roman World's still there, and Medieval World's still there, and there's a new world or something. It's we'll watch it at some point, won't we? It's an interesting film, not a great film, but an interesting film. Yul Brynner's in it.
Yeah, he needed the money again, I think.
Yeah. I wonder what happened to him. Why was he so destitute?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I never found that out. But it is funny that people I talk to about this, they know the TV series, but they don't know about this film at all.
You know what's also interesting about the TV series is that the music cues from it are in this film, but like really different. There's only like the odd note and stuff like that. It was quite interesting to watch because clearly they'd consumed a lot of this series the film before writing the series, and like there's like it's literally like the odd piano note, but you can if you'd watched them all. It's on at the minute, so it's fresh on my brain. You can spot the little things. Okay, yeah, it's good.
Do you want another question before we rate it?
Do it.
So currently, Chris, it's 2-1 to Sam. So I'm going to give this one to you.
All right.
Money restraints forced Walt Disney to choose between having bathrooms or having drinking fountains. True or false?
False.
It's actually true. Walt went with restrooms, and after critics accused him of forcing guests to purchase soft drinks, he responded in boss fashion, people can buy Pepsi Cola, but they can't pee in the street. So, you said he wasn't a nice person.
Again,
that just kind of proves what a horrible person he was.
Yeah, he's the worst.
There you go. Do you want another one, Sam? Just to seal your victory. Okay. Disney cast members can't say no to a request. It's a bit Westworld, isn't it? I thought I'd throw this one in.
Can't say no to a request or a guest?
Can't say no to a request. Any request.
Or a request.
They're not allowed to say no.
A quest. Like someone, go fetch me 3 ice creams. A request. I think that's true.
It's false. Because then stuff like Westworld would happen, wouldn't it? If they had to say yes to anyway. Well, you won that one, Sam.
Have you ever read about the underground Walt Disney World?
Bits about it, because it's kind of like the tunnels in this, isn't it?
Is that where they take you and beat you up if you steal things?
Yeah.
From the
well,
shop?
allegedly, yeah, but it's just like full of like depressed, goofies and things like that, and it's like it's weird. Like I think there's people like standing there for days and stuff, who like working security and things, and they come out and it's quite interesting.
God. Yeah. Well, I guess so. Overall, did you like Westworld or not like Westworld, Chris?
I had a good time. I liked it. It was a bit bonkers towards the end. Things, I struggle with as we said, like, it's just illogical, a lot of it. And I think that kind of harms it because it's both, the whole premise of it is they've set up a world which is supposed to be logical. I mean, some rules.
Yeah.
And I think it's more the era because of the whole sort of fear of computers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Sam?
Yeah, I liked it. Not as much as I thought I would, because it's one of those ones that is like in your brain, it's a lot better than it really is. I still think it was good, and I still enjoyed like the last half hour. I enjoyed it all really, but it's not as those iconic bits. The bit of Yul Brynner walking under the lights in the white tunnel, and it with his face. That iconic moment, which is probably 15 seconds, is this film for me in a way. You know what I mean? Like that's what I take from it. That's what I was scared of and things like that. But there's a lot else going on that's not as good. It's still good, but I think I agree with Chris. Like it does show its age in a lot of ways that. It's not its fault, is it? It's like early 70s, but that's to its detriment, I think, definitely. How about you, Alex?
Well, I really, really, really liked it, and I really loved it, and I loved it way more than I thought I would. And I think it's just because of how tight it is. It just starts up, no messing. I think there's a lot of kind of heavyweight subjects in there that it deals with nicely without being over the top. And I think, again, I have to go back to what I said. It was a long time ago, I know, Silent Running, but I do think that how kind of important and influential Westworld was, especially on other films there's a lot of films that really took from this, and I think that's why I would probably put it at number 14, just under Close Encounters.
14, yeah, I was thinking around that sort of area.
Nah.
No?
I think for me, I'd say 19, one below Mars Attacks, one above Dark City.
Oh, it's better than Mars Attacks. Come on.
Maybe. Well, it's better than WALL-E, actually.
Yeah.
No, I'd have it like lower than like Snowpiercer.
24.
24.
Oh, it's gone right down.
It's worse than T2. T2's a refinement of that idea of your winner, isn't it?
Yeah. Mainly because of that reason.
Okay, so T2's in the way, is what we're saying here.
Yeah.
So is it just one under T2, or is it worse
I'll
than the
take
host?
one under the T2.
Okay. Well, I'm okay with that. I would like it higher personally, but
I think
guess...
it should be high, to be honest. But then I don't know what is... I don't know, it's tough, isn't it? That place makes sense, doesn't it? Because, like, as we have to do now, the list gets reduced down to comparison.
Are done better in T2, I think, and...
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, very interesting film. Really cool themes.
Yeah. And definitely anyone who's into the TV series should watch it because you're missing the genesis of what that TV series is all about.
Also, there's like a twist in the first series, which I won't ruin here, but that I guessed the twist in the second episode because I was so familiar with the first film. There's like a visual cue. And if you know the film well, you see that and you're like, oh, hang on, this isn't what it seems to be. And
Is it snake related?
No, it's not. No. But yeah, so then I felt like an absolute smart ass then. For that series. People were trying to work it out. I was like, yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. There you go. Well, is there anything else, guys? Or should I give the rundown of where we're at?
Do it.
Okay. Well, first we have to cut to our future selves or past selves about what's on next week, don't we?
Yes. Hand it over to Past Sam.
Okay, here you go, Past Sam. Take it away. Do a Yul Brynner impression. Oh, okay.
Thanks, Sam. Sam here with another trailer. This time it's a bit special. We've got the hookup again.
Sounds a bit special.
The good folk at Self-Made Hero have been in touch. That's right, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. You do a little pitch and I'll read the thing afterwards.
Well, it's they're publishers that do graphic novels. They've done some really great, all sorts of stuff like horror and science fiction, weird stuff, adaptations, real life stuff as well. But there's a new book which is about the Apollo space program, and they've hit us up because it's coming out soon. And we have one of the guys behind it has submitted his choice for us to review, which is. Controversially, because we've been talking about this one coming for a while, and we know it's going to cause some issues, and also it's well linked because it's coming back into cinemas soon, and that is 2001: A Space Odyssey by Stanley Kubrick,
a film that we've all seen.
Yes,
I hope.
Yeah,
Chris.
Yeah, I saw that on a plane not so long ago because there was fuck all else.
Wow, on a plane.
Really quite good on a plane. Yeah. Right. Yes. So. Matt Fitch, who is one of the writers of the comic, chose this. He's got a few words for us. Let's go with his words first of all, shall we?
Go.
He says this. Released a year before the Apollo 11 moon landing, 2001 still feels fresh today. From the famous, and admittedly quite hard to sit through, 20-minute opening to the mind-bending Stargate sequence, the granddaddy of cerebral sci-fi films is, for my money, that's his money, not my money, definitely not my money, Kubrick's masterpiece. Actually, that might be right. Kubrick shit. I first saw it late one night on an old 14-inch TV.
Hold on, there's a lot of the banter on top of his words.
Yeah, sorry, I'm editorialising. That was me editorialising. Yeah. This is him again. This is Matt again. I first saw it late one night on an old 14-inch TV as a student, and even then, the sheer cinematic scale of it blew me away. You can feel 2001's influence across the subsequent science fiction landscape, and it's definitely present in Apollo, i.e. his book Apollo, not in the Apollo mission. I guess it was there as well. Sorry, I'm digressing again. Anyway, back to the guy. Apparently, after a shaky opening weekend, the film was remarketed as the ultimate trip to a psychedelic youth culture audience, and our take on the lunar landing is also imbued with a certain trippiness. There's even a direct reference to the movie in a piece of dialogue. 50 years since its release and 17 beyond the year in which it's set, 2001: A Space Odyssey is still the definitive sci-fi movie. Pan Am may be long gone, but Kubrick's genius lives on. Debatable. But, so that's really good, and we should hire this guy to write our previews for us, because that was really professional, wasn't it?
But maybe people won't want to do it if you're going to, talk all over them next time. Yeah, views your own.
He seems to have like a dual personality disorder.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't say a word.
I am looking forward to this very much.
How recently have you seen it?
Well, okay, not to like show off, but I saw this January 1st, 2001 at the BFI with Kubrick's widow in the audience doing an intro.
Oh, nice.
Which was a cool way to watch it. That's probably, I think I have seen it between then and now, I think, again, probably on DVD or Blu-ray or something. But yeah, I love this film. So yeah, as you're going to say, your stuff, I do really love this.
Well, before, next week we're reviewing it, but I'll just say, I've not seen this film in a long, long time. And this is in the pantheon of films like Close Encounters, which I just can't stand, and I actually quite enjoyed that, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a new man.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Okay.
So let's watch a trailer for 2001: A Space Odyssey.
And your full name.
Moon, American, Floyd, Haywood R.
Thank you. You are cleared through voice print identification.
Thank you.
Quite frankly, we have had some very reliable intelligence reports that quite a serious epidemic has broken out at Clavis.
I know there have been some conflicting views held by some of you regarding the need for complete security.
Something apparently of an unknown origin.
However, I accept the need for absolute secrecy in this.
This is in fact what has happened.
I'm really not at liberty to discuss this.
It looks nice or cleaned up, doesn't it?
Yeah. Showed a bit too much in that trailer, but I guess, like you say, everyone's seen it. So
I don't think that's a real trailer, is it though?
Maybe not. No.
That's like a re-release trailer.
Yeah.
Well,
all right. Anyway,
I'm looking forward to it, and I've also
Me too.
I sent me a copy of the book, so I will read the book as well by the time and get back to you on how great the book is. 'Cause it looks really nice.
Brilliant.
Yeah. There you go.
Fantastic. Cool. Right, I'll hand you back to Past Us, and goodbye.
Bye.
Right, spice it in, and we come back.
Okay, thanks. That was a brilliant Yul Brynner impression past Sam. No, that's not going to work. He never did it. Okay, right, anyway, we are at, email us at sciencefictionratingsystem@gmail.com, website sciencefictionratingsystem.com, Twitter at SF Rating System, Instagram Science Fiction Rating System, and Facebook SF Rating System. Anything else, guys?
If this theme park opens, don't go.
Do you think that these films have ruined the chance? Do you think these theme parks would happen earlier if we hadn't have made so many films about these things going wrong?
I don't know. I still think
Hopefully.
this theme park could happen. I think that people would want this. Like,
it's inevitable, isn't it? Especially
Yeah.
the way AI is going and robots are going now. It will exist, won't it?
I
Sooner or
can see it
later.
more
Like the fact-
going towards AR, VR sort of way.
Yeah, I guess.
yeah. I think if this was built, people would absolutely love it. And as you say, it would be built for rich people, and they would be the ones that enjoy it. And I think that they would.
Yeah, but
Just-
but the real world version of this is that it's not robots. It's just us. We are like, there's no jobs left, and we're just working in theme parks for the rich. Isn't it? That's
God.
the real world version of this.
How depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and but that would be a really great thing that everyone that goes thinks that they are robots, but they're just humans wearing like costumes to make them look like robots. So they feel a bit better about like abuse
It's like they've
and
dyed our
stuff.
blood white, so we bleed white, but it's really
God.
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they can do what they like to us. Some might say they already are.
Yeah.
On that happy note.
on that depressing note, we'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.